thrown out like trash by the man who should have protected her. But she found a home with us instead. It was the middle of a storm when I heard the knocking. At first, I thought it was the wind, until it came again, softer, desperate. I opened the door and found a girl, maybe 8 years old, soaked to the bone and clutching a ripped backpack. Her lips were trembling as she whispered, "Please, I'm so hungry. I'm a child protective services officer. I've seen a lot of heartbreaking cases, but this one hit me like a punch to the gut." I pulled her inside, gave her a blanket, and my wife immediately went to the kitchen to get food ready. The way that child devoured every bite, like she hadn't eaten in days, told us more than words ever could. When she finally spoke, the truth spilled out. Her stepfather despised her. He reminded her daily that she wasn't his blood. 2 nights earlier, after her mother left for work, he shoved her out the door with her little backpack and told her never to come back. She'd been wandering, cold and starving, for 2 days before finding the courage to knock on my door. That night, my wife and I made her feel safe for the first time in who knows how long. But safety wasn't enough. I swore to her I'd make sure she'd never be tossed aside again. The next morning, the real fight began. I launched a full investigation. Interviews, medical exams, records, everything. My wife, who works as a child advocate, stood right by my side. Together, we built a case so airtight the stepfather couldn't squirm out of it. In court, he sneered and tried to paint her as troubled and a liar. But the evidence was damning. Neglect, abuse, abandonment. I'll never forget the moment the judge leaned forward and said, "Sir, your actions are contemptible. You are guilty of child abandonment." His face drained of color as he realized it wasn't just his reputation on the line, it was his freedom. By the end of the legal battle, he was financially drained, disgraced, and stripped of all parental rights. The mother, devastated but complicit in her silence, lost custody as well. The court placed the girl under foster care, and in time, my wife and I were approved to take her in. One evening, months later, as my wife read her a bedtime story, the girl looked at me and said softly, "You fought for me when no one else would. Can I call you Dad?" That's when I realized, heroes aren't made in uniforms or capes. Sometimes, they're made in courtrooms, in kitchens with warm food, and in the quiet promise that no child will ever be abandoned again.